What's going on, guys? Merida21 coming to you with yet another video. So unfortunately I lost quite a bit of footage, and then I went back and watched some of my videos before and started realizing a lot of the bad when I do record with the Chromebook. It's not wanting to hit widescreen or full screen, and then when I go into the editing and stuff like that, something's been getting messed up with my editing. So one of my videos right now, the video is up in the upper right hand corner. I've tried going back in and fixing that, but unfortunately, having issues with that. So right now, as it stands, with everything that's on there currently, as of this video, it may stay like that. So I do apologize, and it was the bogey and the track update. When I was talking about kind of just what I was doing and how I was making the track. So there is a pretty significant update and a significant amount of stuff going on right now with the 5-inch gauge. I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus last couple of days. I've been working on some other stuff, mainly some things that I've been wanting to get done around the house. So I do apologize for that. I know it's been, as of recording this video, 13 days. But let's go ahead and let's jump into what's going on with the 5-inch gauge. So as you can tell from the last video, the Mighty Casey looks so much different. It's been painted, it's got its stickers. The only thing that it's missing, and it's got its electrical system that got taken care of. There is a 12-volt battery in there now. There has been a bunch of wiring going on. It does run. It is a runner, which is good. The only thing that I have left to do is to fix the side plates for the front, which again, I'm still kind of working on that. I don't know how I'm going to go about doing it just yet. But now that it runs, we can really start doing some of the other testing stuff, which, as you can tell, is sitting on the tracks. I will show you, though, this right here is one of the plates. This is actually the one that I broke, but apparently PLA and this old ABS seems to react relatively well, so I managed to plastic weld it. And you can't really tell when you're really far away, and when you're back here looking at it from down here, you really can't tell, especially with a good coat of paint on it. You can tell the difference, though, between the old gray and the new gray. So there's that. This one's the side that's completely broke off, so that's going to be fun. And then this one right here is the one that's actually in decent shape. These pieces here have kind of, I'm probably going to wind up putting a wooden dowel or something on the front and then just drilling these back together. So that's what that's going to be about. But, so a few things that I started working on is, as you can tell, we've got a 2x4 that's marked out with a bunch of different sizes. I also have 4 metal wheels that I've had. Funny enough, got them from a thrift store too. They're actually old minecart wheels. They're 5-inch, flange to flange, 5-inch in diameter minecart wheels. And there's a big metal rod sitting right there in between the 2x4 and the rail, and you're probably wondering what that's for. Well, that's an axle. So here's kind of what's going on. This right here is going to be my ride-on coach, or the main base for the ride-on coach. And I was kind of debating on wheels, trying to figure out, okay, well, what is it that I wanted to do? And I started going through all my HO scale stuff again, and I happened to find my old Annie and Clarabelle and Thomas and Henry and all that stuff that I had in 00 scale. So I took measurements off Annie's chassis, because they share the same chassis. Annie and Clarabelle both share the same chassis. And I took the measurements off of it and decided to blow it up to 1/10 scale, which obviously it's going to be kind of big for 1/10 scale. Or not really big. The Mighty Casey is actually not 1/10 scale as I thought. After sitting down and kind of measuring things up, it's a lot smaller than that, but it's a toy, and that's fine. I just, it runs. I don't care. So, but I did want to do 1/10 scale for the coaches, just to have some kind of basis to go off of, so that's what I'm doing. Now, we're going to start off by building the platform, just to kind of see how that's going to sit. you can't tell, but I've got two 25 1/4 inch measured out in this 2x4 for the sides. One of them is actually underneath the Mighty Casey. You can kind of see the end of it towards the front there. Measured out for that. You got two 9.5 inches for the ends. Those are going to be the buffer beams. Those are actually going to house the couplers. And I've also got the 4 minecart wheels, and then underneath that are the 4-inch cross members that are going to be on the inside. And everything, of course, is going to be screwed together. I'm debating on glue. Don't know yet. But I kind of overdid it because I thought I was going to need two 2x4s, two 2x4x8s to make all these cuts. Come to find out, I didn't. One stick of 2x4x8 is more than enough for what I'm going to do for the chassis. So that works out. I'm waiting on a group of 4 bearing blocks that are coming in. I ordered them off Amazon. They were cheaper to buy them off Amazon in a 4-pack than they were to buy one individually from Tractor Supply, because it's originally what I was going to do is get the bearings and the bearing blocks and everything set up and then just go ahead and get everything mounted, because I already had the 2x4s, I already had the wheels, and the axle was the only thing I was waiting on, and it came in today. It actually came in 5 days earlier than I had expected. Which is great, except for the fact that I have no way of attaching the wheels to the chassis that's not yet built, because I haven't built it yet because I haven't really had a day off. Like, I gotta go to work here in about an hour. So that's this kind of where we're standing with it right now. I will too demonstrate that if I flick this switch, okay, that comes on, and if I flick this switch, which we will go backwards. It's working. So, yeah, the Mighty Casey does in fact work. I just wanted to go ahead and get that error. I'm gonna have to change up the headlight, but other than that, it's working extraordinarily well. Considering where it started off as, I had to make some modifications under the hood, but you can't see it, so it's fine. And it still kind of, in a way, captures the old Mighty Casey look from 1970. A lot of people that I have shared it with absolutely love the new paint job and the way that it looks. I'm just missing one grill guard on this side, and I'll just kind of keep an eye out for it, and I'll repaint it with the enamel that I've got, the model paint that I've got for that. The light needs to be changed over to a 12-volt light so I can run it directly off the 12-volt battery current. And I need to make a control box, so that way this wire loom here will run to the control box and everything will be self-centered inside of it. That way we don't have any more wires exposed. And that's the plan, but I wanted to switch gears and get a riding car because I wanted to see how this would work. Now, it moving was not even a quarter of a throttle. I've actually had it wide open, and oh Lord, we are gonna be, this motor might be a lot more, it might be stronger than I thought it was, which is gonna be great. I still got to get more track made. Right now, this is only 10 feet of track. I do plan on buying more track soon, but I want to at least get the first car built and then maybe slowly buy more PVC pipe, maybe 1 or 2 sections at a time. And I want to get it built up. I want to get track parts built up and then make it all. That way I don't have to stop. Oh, well, I've got 10, now I got to go buy more stuff. No, I want to be able to get a few of those at a time, and then that way too I can start working on curves, because I'm going to have to do all the curves all at once. And curves are going to be fun from what I was looking on Larry Guessman's thing. So we will, excuse me, we will see how that goes, and I may have to make a new jig for the curves. So there might be more projects coming to the channel soon. As it stands right now, we're working on this. Hopefully soon, though, I'd like to maybe build a locomotive. And if we're building Annie and Clarabelle, you know that means we got to have the #1 engine of the island of Sodor, right? So, which brings me to this. So, this is kind of on sale. I was kind of looking at it, and this right here is a wheel for a Cub Cadet mower. Obviously, it's not the drive wheel or anything like that, but this is a deck wheel, and they're relatively decently sized. And comparing this size wheel to our old friend here, Thomas, who doesn't have a face right now because broke, roughly about the same size. So I may go a little bit bigger, but yeah. So we're gonna build him using Larry Guessman's thought process on how he built his engines. And then eventually, I'd like to shelve the Mighty Casey. I don't want it to get too damaged or too hurt. I would like to put it on a shelf or put it somewhere where it can be displayed. Just kind of as a, hey, this is what I did, you know. And like, I still have some of the original components. The old everything that was inside of Mighty Casey, the original switch and all that other stuff, it was gone. I do want to add a sound unit just because I think it'd be cool to do, but for the time being, this is going to be our runner. And if this works out great, then we'll probably see her pulling Annie and Clarabelle down the tracks. Give me just a moment here. As soon as I find it, there it is. I found these 3D print files on Thingiverse, and they are knuckle couplers. I broke it. I didn't actually break it. But it's a split knuckle coupler. So it's what they use on the narrow gauge, which I thought would be appropriate for the Mighty Casey, or maybe not even the Mighty Casey, maybe just in general. But what they are is they're G-scale, and they're just scaled up, and they do operate. You can see the pin and the inner workings in there, if it'll focus, that it does in fact work. That pin does drop, and it does open, and it does function. I need to cut down this bar and get it properly mounted and plastic welded into place, and then it should function properly. But I'm going to go ahead and 3D print probably a bunch of these because I think I've finally found my knuckle coupler problem for my 5-inch gauge. We will see how that works because we're dealing with something relatively big, and that's made out of plastic, and I cannot find any decent sized 5-inch gauge couplers that they're willing to apparently take my money because I've had issues. I've had some issues with knuckle couplers. It's a long story, but so we'll see with the 3D printed stuff if it works. If it works, great. Then we don't have to worry about nothing. If it doesn't work, then we may end up going to chain link for the time being and metal bars. So, but I think I wasted enough time. I just thought I'd go ahead and show you guys, hey, you know, I haven't forgotten about y'all, and there's the Mighty Casey build. I'm probably not going to put my normal intro in. I'm just going to go ahead and get this uploaded from my phone. So if you guys like it, continue to like and subscribe for anyone that watches my videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.